Greetings, friends. Bricky here from Sonoma Terrace. It is a wild, wild day at the park. Not my ideal spot to film today's video, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And if it gets rowdy, I was here before the family next door showed up. Anyways, all of this breaking news is literally breaking me. Like, I had a whole different plan for this weekend, and I got so excited when Disney released that new concept artwork last night. My God, that kid's gonna break his neck. And I wanted to mix up everything and kind of follow what's happening because, as you know, if you've been with me for a while, I have been on the Disneyland Forward beat since it was first announced. Done tons of videos, and yesterday a lot of the theories and ideas we've talked about on this channel were largely confirmed, and it's just so exciting to not jump into that. I just don't know how I could keep with the original plan I had for this weekend. So what I did today was I came to Disneyland and I filmed an update video for Disneyland Forward, another one in the series, and I essentially went to all of the locations and broke down what will happen where, as much as I could, because a lot of this kind of dips into security zones and all that stuff. So obviously I always want to be a citizen of Disneyland. But the reason why I thought it was so important to film on location is because that gives people kind of the context of exactly what's going to happen and obviously where. But a lot of people just don't kind of have that ability to kind of see into the future. Like, the concept artwork feels like a disconnect from the reality that we know today. So I wanted to go in that location, break that down, and that will be available on Hey Bricky, my main channel tomorrow, where you can watch the whole thing and kind of see spot by spot. And also, most importantly, the concept art doesn't really show the parking garage, which is why the Eastern Gateway is showing up in the first place. Eastern Gateway is the part that I'm the most excited about. And so last night when that news broke at 6:30 and I went live at 7, I did a very, very detailed breakdown, going through all through 3 new pieces of concept artwork, actually drawing over it in Photoshop, trying to do the best I could with the designer's eye to show people exactly how this is all going to pan out and how it's going to work. And I treated last night's live stream a lot like a podcast. So if you didn't see it, and you know, live streams aren't always the funnest thing to watch back, I literally, really leaned into the art and made it something easy to follow. So if there's anything that you're curious about, don't be intimidated, put it on 2x and rip through it. So what I wanted to do today is just do a quick update. I've already filmed this video 2 other times and it hasn't worked out. 3rd time's a charm, I hope. But what I wanted to do is do a quick update and let you know that I'm kind of changing things around this weekend because I'm just like a kid on Christmas morning with his new toy, which is all this concept artwork. And I wanted to do a video that would be a way for you to be more of a part of this journey with me. Because the whole idea with the Bricky vlog is to be really loose, kind of create a fun place for the community and not be punished by the YouTube algorithm if I don't do exactly what it wants to do. So since this is a creative space, I thought if you're confused or if you have your own theory about anything with the new concept artwork, hit me up in this video right here. Like, drop it in the comments. Ask me any question you have about, this 3 new pieces of concept artwork. Drop your theory. And what I'm going to do is, as soon as this uploads, I'm going to run over to Disneyland and film my 3rd video of the day. And then when that's completed, in about 2 hours, I'll come over and check the comments on this video and I'll answer as many questions as I can. So a little reward for those that show up early, that are the kind of the ride or dies in the Bricky vlog community. So if you have any questions or comments, leave it below here, and I'm going to circle back around and record a video where you can show up on Monday and hear how I responded to the community questions that I got. And so if you're wondering, well, Saturday he's dropping the Hey Bricky video shot on location, and then on Monday he's dropping the Q&A video that this one is tied to. Then what's going on with Sunday? Well, the space in between here and there, I'm going to go and film episode 3 of the vibe check. And I'm not quite sure what kind of vibe I'm going to get because it is Friday in the summer. with grad night going on, and the park is wild. But I showed up to play, wanted to do 4 videos in one afternoon. Pretty much, technically speaking, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And I'm like, oh, I already had a plan for this weekend, but I had to just like totally break it because I'm just so excited about all the stuff that's showing up. And I also wanted to catch some of your excitement and see what you think about it. Yes, I'm wearing 2 microphones because don't ask. It's been a day. It has definitely been a day. But this is the plan I came up with. I'm sticking to it one way or the other. I'm going to get this video to post, and do me a favor and let me know how I can help you out with seeing the future and sharing my excitement. Like I want people to not get so lost in the details of this will never happen or they'll never do that, because all along I've been saying that it would, and all along people have been telling me no it won't, they'll never do this, they'll never do that. And yesterday's announcement pretty much proves a lot of the theories right that we've been following on this channel. And if you haven't seen the playlist I have over on Hey Bricky, for about the last 2 years I've been covering Disneyland Forward pretty intensely. Like when there were no headlines, I was making my own headlines, and I was going piece from piece around the park and kind of breaking down different ways it could work, if it worked that way, the results that we the fans would get, and how it would change the park going into the future. And so with that discipline, I think one of the skill sets that the channel now kind of follows, and it was kind of a turning point for the channel, was it really gave me a good idea of how to better show people things that don't exist yet, how to create kind of my own concept artwork, how to use the maps. And in many ways, the Disneyland Forward series was the beginning of, we study the past so we can better predict the future. Because I found myself with a channel that was starting to trying to like predict the future, and there's only so much new news and current news that happens. So we started to backfill Saturdays on looking into the past and trying to understand what can we learn from failed plans, canceled attractions, rides that they had to do away with or tear down. Like, what could we learn from all of those lessons in the past, and how would those have a relationship with Disneyland Forward and other future Disney projects, things that we would learn at D23. Like, essentially, by becoming, a historian, would it help become a, futurist? Because I always loved that Walt Disney had one foot in the past and had another foot in the future, and he kind of always existed someplace in between, always looking for new technologies, always looking for new stories to tell, but obviously understanding that if all of that wasn't built on the shoulders of giants, that it would probably crumble and not go very far. So I am by far no Walt Disney, but I do study the man and really try to understand like what was the DNA of his creative language, and how can we incorporate some of that over here, because if you're going to study his creation, you also have to study the man. So anyways, little backup of why I'm so excited about Disneyland Forward, how it became a part of the content, and how really when the channel was kind of lost, Disneyland Forward and creating that series and finding finally a way to get my audience and to care about design videos and to grow my audience, it was a turning point, and I'm forever grateful for it. So to get a new big chapter introduced is absolutely fantastic. So friends, thank you so much for riding along on a weird week and a weird video. This isn't the way that I wanted it to plan or turn out, just like how I stumbled there. But it's better to get it done than to make excuses, right? Because, perfection is the enemy of progress. And just one dude sitting in a corner, and every kid cannot help but want to come over here and walk on the back of the chair directly across from me. So if I feel a little discombobulated, it's because I'm literally the whole time wondering if I'm going to have to jump across this table and try to catch this kid before he breaks his neck, because nobody else is paying attention to him. Wild. All right. It's been a wild week. Let's continue this conversation in the comments. Hit me up with your question. Hit me up with your theory. I'm going to go do a vibe check, and I'll circle back around and answer all your questions. I appreciate each and every one of you for showing up and going on this journey with me.